Today we're going to be welding some aluminium with probably the cheapest AC/DC TIG that you can get on eBay. And a friend of mine came down and helped me move workshops when I moved, and he wanted me to give him some TIG welding lessons. And this was a machine that he bought, so he brought it down with him. So I just thought I'd show you what sort of results you can get for, you know, like very little money. But yeah, a little update of what's been going on around the workshop. I've just been flat out trying to catch up with all my customer work. That's why I'm here 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning trying to make a little video. So what I've been doing loads of work on this thing, which has now been blasted, and it's uncovered a few little repair jobs that need doing. Quite a few actually, but quite nice to see it all in one colour. So I've been busy working on that. Got this in for a cage, which is probably about halfway done. Got all the main structure in, and this is going to be racing in this saloon car challenge thing. My bender plate thingies working well. Lots of people saying, lots of people thinking I'm just going to keep tripping over this plate that's left in the floor, which I haven't tripped over yet because I know it's there because I have eyes in my head. So I've been cutting some of these for the guys who wanted them. I'm just waiting for all the fixings and bolts and everything to turn up, and then I can get those out. And then the mongrel, still don't know what's going on with the paint for that. I'm going to give it another week, and if I haven't heard anything by then, I'm going to just start moving on with it myself. I'm going to do the engine bay myself, I think, paint all the interior myself, and that way I can build the whole car up to the point where everything's bolted on it and it's basically done, and then I can just get the outside professionally painted. And then new addition to the workshop, got proper lathe, which I'm going to do a video cleaning all this up. I've just been trying different things to clean it and see which works best for getting all the grime off it, but it cleans up pretty good, I think, once it's yeah, it's actually in pretty good condition. It's just grimy, so going to clean it all up. I've got a couple of other jobs that I'm going to try and film a bit of and post that, but I'm hoping by like the end of August I'll have completely caught up with everything, and from that point on I should be able to start doing videos a bit more regularly again. But today we're going to be trying out this thing. My buddy Tony brought it down. He'd never welded Ali before, and yeah, within about half an hour, 45 minutes, we had him getting some really good results out of this. This was under £300 for a machine that can weld aluminium. Don't think you can get anything cheaper than that. No foot pedal, which aluminium is a lot easier if you have got a foot pedal, just because the way it reacts once the heat gets into it. So what happens with Ali is once the heat gets into it, you need to back off on your amps because it takes less amps to actually weld it when it's heat soaked. So what you do with the foot pedal is the initial startup, you usually maybe like 20–30% higher on your amperage. So you would have the foot pedal further down, and then as the heat gets into it, you will lift the pedal and back off on the amperage and continue welding. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can have the machine set a little bit lower, and then when you start, you will have to hang around on the area where you're starting and weld really slowly until the heat gets into it, and then you can pick up your travel speed. Or you can start at a higher amperage and then just increase your travel speed so you're welding really fast. And obviously, because you can't regulate it with a foot pedal, you're going to want to do shorter runs. Like you're not really going to want to try and weld this whole thing out, just because by the time you get to the end, it'll be so heat soaked, it'll all just fall to bits by the time you get to the end of it. So yeah, so let's have a look at this beast. So this is the weapon of choice, the Stahlwerk, designed and quality controlled in Germany. Schweißgerät, Swissgerät, Schweißgerät. If you're familiar with TIG at all, you might know that TIG stands for tungsten inert gas. Well, this one is a little bit different, because this one is a wig welder, which stands for Wungsten inert gas, which could be a problem because I don't have any Wungstens. And then we've got our overcurrent light, Strom, overheating light, Überhitzung. Mein Stahlwerk ist Überhitzung. Gas pre-time. Basically how long the gas flows before it strikes the arc to give you a bit of gas coverage. Gasvorlauf. Pulse width. Impulsschwit. So that's pulse width. This doesn't have pulse on it. That's the AC balance, that one. We've got current decay, which I think is obviously delay. Stromabesinkung. And then post flow, obviously gas flow afterwards. Gasnachlauf. AC/DC, TT40, that latch is the switch on, so you press it once, it'll stay on, press it again. So yeah, let's fire the old girl up and hope she doesn't überhitzen. So that's what we're getting out of it. I had to probably see how long I had to like just hold the puddle going here, and it took ages and ages to actually get it going. And then once I got to about here, you sort of slowly speed up, and then by the time we get to there, it was getting away from me a little bit with the heat, so I stopped, let it cool and started again. about 92 amps. And again, I'm just hanging around here, and then I'm getting quicker and quicker. So at this point I'm going quite quick. A nice shiny clean looking weld. The actual bead that it lays down is like as good as anything else really. So with the current delay set to max, it tapers off really nicely and you don't end up with a crater, which is what you would do with a pedal. You just taper off. So yeah, it's doable, you can get the job done, but I would say if there is a machine that's got a foot pedal for you know, maybe a fraction for a little bit more but still in your budget, I would try and get one with a pedal if you want to be doing aluminium, obviously. So yeah, you can do it without, but a lot easier with. So what I would do here if I was trying to finish on this corner, because this is where you would struggle without a foot pedal, because with a foot pedal you would weld this out. By the time you got to here you'd be backing right off the pedal. So I would let it cool, build a tack up on this corner, just being careful not to blow the corner out. Get a nice big tack on there, and then you can weld out to your tack and let the tack like sort of catch the end of your weld. Or you could just spin it around and then just start from this way and work in. It's going to work better that way. You won't have the heat affecting it so much. When you get to the end of a piece like this, you've generally got the torch pointing forward and you're pushing all the heat out to these far tips. That's why it's so easy to blow the corners off when you finish out a joint like that. So it's definitely more difficult without a foot pedal, but it's obviously you can still get a job done. My opinion on cheap machines, cheap tools and stuff like that in general is probably a little bit different to what most people say is like, you know, just spend the extra money and buy something decent. But if you're in a position where you can't do that, if you can only afford to get something like this, and that enables you to have a go and see whether you're good at it or whether you enjoy it or whether you can do whatever job it is you want to get done, it's worth doing. But when I bought my first AC/DC TIG, I bought a second-hand Chinesey thing back when these had only really first come over, and it was enough to just get me started, because at that point I'd never done any aluminium. I had no experience with aluminium, and I just wanted to give it a go. So I bought that, had a go at it. You know, it's with most welding, if you can do one type of welding, I think you can just carry it over to all the different ones. If you're good at like stick welding or MIG welding, you know, it's same principles really. You can, you know, it's just learning the way the materials react and stuff like that. But I forgot what I was saying now. But yeah, that's going to be it for the Stahlwerk. Yeah, hopefully I have some more videos up soon. Next thing will probably be me cleaning up the lathe and getting that thing all set up and get it spinning. So it's going to be it for this one. Cheers for watching. See you on the next one.